Hello, this is Mad Cat, and now you're seeing my hair like really. Sucks. I've shaved my head short and then going back to long. I don't know. I'm debating it. Still, I mean, I don't really have to make a decision right now, but. Alright, so what's going on right now? I'm almost over my sickness, so that's good news. I've decided to take my freelance writing into a different direction. Like I've been doing with the homeless channel, where I talk about my experiences being homeless and how people might be able to learn from that in case they may go through the same thing, stuff they can prepare for. I thought, why not do the same thing being a freelance writer? Well, it makes sense, you know. I'm coming into this brand new, or at least into the writing freelance field. I mean, I already have some experience already, so that's going to be beneficial to me, but there's still going to be a lot of things that I'm learning from this. So I've started a new channel called Freelance Journey. If you follow me on Twitter or Facebook, you should see it somewhere in my timeline for that video. But I'm going to start doing videos on things that I learn as a freelance writer. So it keeps me busy. But shelter, it's just sick of it already. I mean, that's kind of how I felt about the last one. It's like after a few weeks, I just started to really dread going back to it. It's just the same thing every day, you know, and sometimes, you know, I just want to sleep, and other times I just want to stay up and do things, but it's like you have a lot of limited options when you live in a shelter. I can't wait to get out of it. I did want to address something that was said on my Twitter account. Someone was talking about religion and how, well, the conversation started off basically that those of faith don't really understand their own history of the religion throughout the ages. And having been to church a lot lately, you know, the one reason I think that is because at least within Christianity, the one thing that's taught is the only thing you need to know is have faith in Christ. You put your faith in Christ, that's all you need to know. You don't need to know anything else. And that is really drummed into people. Now, I understand different religions, even within Christianity, are different from that, but that's generally what I've experienced while I've been in the shelter. And something I experienced growing up as well, that nothing else is really worth knowing. And it's unfortunate that happens. Then I believe my friend Karn started talking about his experience. Well, I then kind of explained my experience, how much I really dread going to church, even within the shelter. And, you know, it's an hour of my time, but it's like, while that's true, it's like I'd rather be doing something worthwhile for that hour. That's why I've stopped going to church, but doing that means that I can't go back there for dinner. See, they have dinner at 4 o'clock, but you have to sign in, and then you're stuck there. And if you're going to stay there, then you have to attend the chapel service for an hour. So, because I want to continue working and I don't want to eat dinner at 4 o'clock, I mean, I don't want to go there for 4 o'clock and then basically not be able to do anything. I stay here until about 6:30 because I want to keep working. I don't want my day cut in half. Now, at the other shelter, they had church service at 5:45, 5:30, 5:45. And then, if you didn't want to attend it, you didn't have to, but you would have to stay outside. And then you could eat dinner. And if you didn't attend church service, you could still eat dinner. And I kind of feel like, in something that I have heard of before, where people of faith will, in a way, kind of hold you prisoner. That, hey, if you want to eat, you have to attend church service. And it's just like, that's, to me, wrong. Wrong to do that. But someone kind of, I don't know if Karn meant to do this or not. I'm hoping not. But, he kind of seemed to insinuate that maybe I was unappreciative of what the church has done for me. Because certainly when he was in dire straits, the church helped him out. And I understand that the church is helping me out. It's giving me a place to sleep. It's giving me food to eat. And all they ask is for an hour a day. And that's all well and fine, but like I said, the way they have it set up, it makes it so that either I choose to eat at 4 o'clock, which, it's my only source of food, or I stay here and just skip dinner. And right now, the way things are is I'm generally only eating one meal a day because I've got work to do. I mean, while I've quit the other job, I want to get the freelance writing going. And I can't just drop everything and go and eat. And I hate that. I really, really do, because I do need to eat. I'm starting to get very hungry. And I'm sure a lot of you out there will tell me, well, you've got to eat, and, you can't just sacrifice eating to go work. And I'd agree with you, but it's like, I get out at 8 o'clock, and today the library didn't open until 9, and then I get 2.5 hours, have to drop everything, go there at 12 o'clock, and maybe they open the doors at 12 o'clock, maybe it's 12:30, maybe it's 12:45, I don't know. Eat lunch, and then come back, so I'm back here by, let's say, 1 o'clock, and then I get another 3 hours and have to go back for dinner. So at best, I get about 5 hours of work today, if I go by that. However, I think today they're open until 5 o'clock. So I can leave here so I get here at 9, and then I stay till 5 o'clock just working. And what's that? 9, 10, 11, 12. So 8 hours. 8 hours I get versus the 5 hours. I'd rather have the 8 hours of work. I know this is bad to do. But I hate not doing anything. I really hate it. If I can be working, I want to be working. And it's difficult. And that's the other thing as well, is that it's difficult for me to work. It's really difficult for me to just sit down and do something. And if I have to get up and walk 2 miles just to have food, 1 mile there, 1 mile back, and then try to work again. But, I do try to go to lunch whenever I can. And sometimes I will spend a little bit of the money I have to, go eat lunch somewhere close by. I really try not to do that, but it's like the choice is either do that or not eat at all. But, I mean, hopefully this nightmare is soon over with, but and I was kind of trailing off my point there. I wanted to say that, I'm appreciative of what the church does for me, but at the same time, I'm kind of going in a not so great pattern. I'm eating less because I want to work more, and the more I work, the less likely I'll end up homeless again. And I just want to work, and I can't stress that enough. I've had so many people in my life accuse me of trying to take the easy way out. And believe you me, this is not easy by any stretch of imagination. I shouldn't be doing this, and I know I shouldn't, but all I can think is if I can stay here and do what little work I can do, then maybe I won't ever become homeless again. So that's what's going on with me right now. It's one of those better, and yet you're not doing it. So, I mean, I will say that this may be my last week being homeless. It may be. There's a very good chance that it may be my last week. I don't really want to say anything right now. Again, I just don't want to jinx it. But if everything goes according to plan, then I may be in a stable place. And then I can get food stamps. Because if I get food stamps now, they're going to take into account that I live in a shelter. But if I'm living somewhere and I tell them that, I have to get food for myself, then I can get $200 and bam. So, I can get food stamps, then I can get my state ID, and then I can get my life started again. So, but once again, I don't want to really say anything about that because I'm just I'm afraid if I do, then I'm just tempting the gods to do something to me, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just please let it happen, and when it does, then I'll tell everyone about it. But this video was a little bit longer than I planned on, but I'm still working on getting the freelance working. It's probably going to take me a couple of weeks to get that off the ground, but I'm getting my website up. I now have a YouTube video of it, so when I get off the streets, I just don't ever want to return here again. I mean, I've been fairly lucky in what I've done and what has happened to me since I've been homeless. I mean, getting injured, that wasn't a fun thing, but, as far as going to the shelters, I've been to decent shelters, but I can definitely see how it could be worse, and I don't ever want to face that, nor do I actually ever want to be actually on the streets again. So, I guess that's really my motivation right now. But also, I want to live life. I want to be able to do things, And I don't want my disability to ever hold me back. And freelance writing could be the answer. So, I guess that's going to do it for me today. Thank you, everyone. Be sure to leave a comment down below. Subscribe to me and share this video. Anyways, this is Mad Cat signing off.